Welcome to the latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane Faith and Millennial at heart, Stanley Roberts.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, before we get started, I know we are started, but we're going to get started. I'm going to play a little video. If you're on Twitter, you've probably already seen it, but I want you to see it. I just put it together with the help of J.J. Smith, who supplied me the videos, and take a peek at it, and love to hear your input. So let me share this with you. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go to...
I just realized we're like really sitting far apart.
I know.
I'm on one corner of the screen, you're on the other corner.
I know. You know, it's even weird setup. I just did all this and now I can't remember how I'm supposed to.
Ruh-roh.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. Add source. So, local video. Here we go. I'm going to play this for you guys. And there we go. And open it. Hi, I'm Stanley Roberts, and I've been a veteran journalist for over 30 years. What I'm about to show you is real life, and in not any way trying to shock you or even scare you. But if you are easily offended, you might not want to watch this. What I'm showing you are so-called fentanyl zombies. And it might be disturbing to some of you. I'll say that again. It's real life, and it happens every day in the Tenderloin section of San Francisco and other parts as well. Fentanyl zombies is a term used to describe individuals who have taken high doses of synthetic opioid fentanyl and appear to be in what it looks like a trance-like state, often slumped over and unable to move or speak coherently.
Youngster, do you want a t-shirt and a coat?
This can be due to the powerful sedative effects of fentanyl, which can lead to respiratory depression and even overdose. And we've all seen the overdoses in San Francisco. The numbers are staggering. For the record, I'm not making fun of these people. That's not my objective. I'm simply highlighting the issue to bring awareness of the dangers of fentanyl abuse and the need for better education and access to adequate treatment. All the videos were recorded by citizen journalist J.J. Smith, who sees this every day along with other residents who are forced to walk around the Tenderloin every day. For every action, there is a opposite reaction. What you're looking at is the failed policies in place at many cities around the nation right now. In San Francisco, Stanley Roberts for Mr. Badley Productions. So, there you go. And we're all kind of crooked here, and it sounds like a little bit of an echo. I don't know why, but it's my headphones, I think. Turn that down a little bit. Oh, there we go. Less echo. Better. So how's everybody doing today? And I wanted you guys to see that video. I just put it together today because it's something that I think everybody should see at least once and know that it exists and know that there's a lot of things going on. Let me close this, remove source. There we go. So love to hear your thoughts. I know we're 8 seconds delayed, so I expect your thoughts to pop in any moment now. But I know Gabriel said he's in California. Since he said I'm in your state, that means he's far away.
He's in California.
Now,
but he's probably in SoCal, though.
Oh, okay.
I think he said something about being in Irvine last week.
But... Yeah, Irvine is SoCal. So, yeah, he's in.
Yep, he said Irvine.
Yep, Irvine. And keep in mind, Irvine from here is 7-hour drive.
Yeah.
About
well, Irvine's Orange County, so probably about
John Wayne Airport.
7.5 hours, maybe 8. Depends on the traffic, really.
Yeah, it's a pretty good drive. If you were to drive it, I would recommend flight if you're going to come to the Bay Area. But then you have the option of, the problem of if it's fogged in, the airport sometimes delay the flights. Remember when the airport used to be that it was so bad that they could only use one runway and
at SFO
before they did the upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when it was so bad.
It caused so many flight delays.
It was horrible. Once the fog rolled in, the flights ceased.
That sucks.
So they had to put. Oh wow, he still got in a suitcase. Yet.
What's SNA again?
Probably John Wayne.
Is that John Wayne?
Yeah. So hey, by the way, if anybody is on my Twitter, I have been unable to post through my phone for the last 5 hours. I have a bunch of posts that I had sent that are just chilling in the
Santa Ana. Yeah, John Wayne.
are chilling in the upload to be uploaded, and I can't get to it because it won't even let me delete them. Including one where I thought, remember this morning I posted a photo. I thought it was the iPhone app that was doing it, but it's actually the iPhone app through Twitter's app.
Oh, that's giving us the black eyes?
So Twitter is there, and I'll make it clear, Twitter's editing software, when you do the automatic adjust, it gave you
black eye.
Turned the white of your eyes black.
It made one of my eyes.
It was kind of alien-like.
Yeah.
It was
because you couldn't see the white in my eyes.
Yeah. Wow. So there you go on that one. But we're glad to be here today. We're happy. I've been running around with my chicken head cut off the last couple of days. We went to a wedding in San Ramon.
My friend from college got married yesterday. Congratulations to Tanya and Corey. That was nice. It was a beautiful wedding. It was outdoors and the reception was inside. So we were able, that picture that you posted with the eyes was actually from the wedding yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it would show it, but I can't even show you guys. But my this is my header up there. If you can see that orange part, that's supposed to be my normal header. It's been orange for the last 5 hours.
I don't even know what that means because I don't use Twitter like that.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's just I can't. And it's funny because I attempted to upload the video on the phone and it's been hung up. So at some point it's going to get unhung and all of it's going to pop up and it's going to be like, oh, why is he posting this over again? But it was only allowing me to post half the video. No matter how many times I went back to post the full video, it would only post half the video. And I posted an update to you and I also posted the pictures of you and I from the wedding. Mm-hmm. None of that stuff has gone through in the last 5 hours. So I was able to post it through the desk. I was able to post the latest one through the
desktop.
The desktop, but the desktop isn't very reliable. Usually that's the one that's not the least reliable. But in this case, I'm having problems with Twitter itself. I can't find it being down anywhere. So I don't know. And I rebooted my phone 100 times already. Not really 100, but in my mind it's 100 times.
Yeah, because you've tried it a lot.
Yeah,
I haven't. Yeah, according to Gabriel, Diane's catchphrase like that. Yeah, I always say I don't use so and so, such and such like that because. You could try doing a hard reset, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the app itself.
Look at this. I just turned off my phone. It says iPhone remains findable after power is off.
Yep.
Wow. I don't want nobody to find my phone.
I can't. Not even you.
I can't even find it. I'm trying to turn it off. So maybe if I leave it off long enough, it'll reboot itself and fix itself. But so far, I'm having trouble. And you know what's weird? It all came about when I posted about the photo issue with the black eyes. It's like
so Twitter's getting back at you for calling them out for their
shenanigans.
I don't know. Oh, Bill Van Ram says the picture you posted you two look fantastic. Thank you very much.
So we were talking the other day, and we decided we're going to try something unique. I'm not sure if we can do it today, but we are going to try it.
I don't know if it's unique.
Well, it is unique to what we've been doing.
That's true. Okay.
So the uniqueness is that we're going to have 15-minute segments. Mm-hmm. So each 15 minutes, we'll switch to a different subject as opposed to all over the place.
We starting that today?
No, we can't because...
I'm joking.
Because we already switched up.
Yeah.
But our goal is to have 15-minute intervals and talk about stuff for 15 minutes without a clock. We'll have to figure it out without getting too sidetracked.
I said I'd be the timekeeper. I think I'll do a good job.
Yeah, okay. No, she's a timekeeper. So if anything goes wrong...
You have such a little faith in me.
Fault. Hello, Philip. And thank you, Bill Van Ram. Diane, does Stanley have a foot fetish? Is that why the lady wasn't happy at first? So two different people.
Oh.
There were two different people. So the first lady, I actually showed you her shoes.
Yeah.
Her boots.
So it wasn't a foot fetish. He doesn't have a foot fetish. You don't have a foot fetish, right? No, I'm joking. He has no foot fetish. He found the shoes that we saw. So we were at the wedding yesterday, sitting down. Or I came back to the table. This lady was kind of like, she was squatting, right?
She was squatting down
talking to someone, but like he goes, look at that. And I looked at the shoes, and the shoes were very detailed. I'm sure that a bunch of you guys probably saw it on his Twitter post. shoes were very detailed. They were like this red, like yellow, like I had a bunch of different colors and different from like what I see on a daily basis. I'm not by any means like a fashion person.
They remind me of something that Jimi Hendrix would wear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. So he showed me at the wedding yesterday. He was like, I gotta go talk to that lady. I gotta see, like where she got those shoes, like, the story behind the shoes. So I was like, cool. And I was like going to talk with some other friends. And I guess the lady, was the older lady sitting next to you? The one that had the comment. So you can go and tell this story because I wasn't actually there.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Gabriel. So everything now I talked about since I turned my phone off are duplicates now. So I need to go fix that. But while I'm fixing that, let me tell you the story real quick. Is that so I walked over to her and I sat down and said, hey, just for the record, those boots are fantastic. So
were they boots or heels?
They were made for walking.
Okay, but were they boots or heels? Like was it kind of like a thick heel? I thought, right?
I don't know, boots. Boots.
You can't really multitask. Do you want me to do that while you talk?
No, it's fine. I got to turn my phone back on because I don't see the doubles on the desktop. So I asked her. I said, "Hey, do you mind if I get a couple of photos of your boots? Because I want to show them. I'll show them to people." And she was more than happy to do it. She said, "Absolutely." And I took the pictures. But now the person who I showed that was telling me about the pictures was sitting behind me. It was a senior citizen, I guess.
An older lady, yeah.
And she was like, but when you hold your phone, you look like you're facing down while you're trying to adjust the photo. So I'm trying to make sure the photo's right. Most photographers don't just take one photo.
Yes.
They take multiple photos so that if one doesn't work, they have one to use that doesn't work. So you'll hear it's because they can go through. Because photos, unlike the old days where film, you could just if you had film, you just burned through a bunch of film and it got expensive.
Yeah.
But with digital,
you can go back and you can really choose which ones because you're not printing them out.
Right. You can go back in because you're not printing them out. So you take a lot of pictures, then you go back and look for the one. So she thought that I was still taking pictures because the way that I was holding the phone like this, she was under the impression that I was still recording.
This is the older lady.
The older lady. And so I went back and I went back into to the seat where you were. And I told you about the boots again. And then I posted on Twitter. And then I went back to show the lady who I got the pictures from, the boots, what I did and how I posted so she knew that it wasn't shenanigans.
Yeah.
And the lady behind me, because, they literally gave me grief. You're still recording our video. You're still recording our video. What are you doing over there?
Was it just her or was there more than one person?
There were two people that were having the conversation.
This is the same lady that complimented me on my dress, right? Yes. Okay, that's funny because that same lady complimented me on my dress yesterday, but I couldn't hear what she was saying, so I literally had to ask her like 3 times, "What? Yeah. What are you saying?"
Yes.
So someone finally told me what she said. So anyways, I guess we had an interaction with the same lady.
Yes, we did. Sorry, one second. I'm just trying to make sure. I don't see the duplicates, but thank you, Gabriel. You can send me a link to show me where they are so I can delete them. But because I don't see them on my phone. I don't see any duplicates at all other than what I posted earlier. So anyway, I come back over to talk to the lady, and then she's sitting there, the little lady, and she finally, I guess at that point, someone told her who I was. Because she didn't know. She just figured I was some random dude, just like Bill, with
some random dude
taking a foot fetish. And then that's when we had the conversation. I said, "Hey, do you mind?
Can you have a foot fetish if your shoes are actually on though? Don't your shoes have to be like off?"
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Like I feel like if you have a foot fetish, you actually want to see the feet, right? I don't know. I don't have a foot fetish, so I don't know. But I just assumed that you can actually see the feet. You're taking pictures of like people's feet versus like their shoes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what she said, that she that if I talk to you that way, that means I like you.
Oh,
of course. There you go. So I said, "Do you mind if I record you?" Since we had this conversation, she was more than happy to do it.
Oh, okay. And yeah, you did record her. That's right.
And I reposted that today as well. And so that's where. And so there are 2 different people. The person I took the picture of the shoes from commented on Twitter after we took the picture, and her mom commented on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's a small world.
Small world. Well, they don't even follow each other.
Her mom wasn't.
I don't follow any one of them.
Oh, okay. But her mom wasn't at the wedding.
No.
Okay.
She just happened to see her daughter's post, and then she commented and said that her daughter loves making those kind of things. Now, apparently, it caught a bunch of people's attention because people love those boots.
Yeah.
And
they're different for sure.
Yeah. So you talk, because Gabriel just sent it to me. And 12 minutes ago. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to, because this is the one that has Gabriel. Okay, I see the difference now. Okay, delete. Sorry, that
So
guys.
which one reposted?
They both reposted now that
Oh.
I'm on the air. I mean, that now I'm on the air. They both decided to do the update.
It's because you turned off your phone.
It's a bug. No, Twitter has a bug, and it's bugged me all day.
So now it's nothing personal then.
No, it's not personal. It's just annoying that there's no bug. I couldn't find a bug. I couldn't. You know how you go online, it says Twitter down?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find anything that but the bug was that I couldn't even, everything on my page wouldn't load. The pictures wouldn't load, the thumbnails wouldn't load, the top graphic wouldn't load, and everything was in hung up space. So there we go. And hello, D-Man. We're doing fine. It bugged you all day. Yes, it did. It bugged me all day. And it kind of, I hate to say this, but it was kind of annoying that, it didn't work. Sorry. I keep rubbing my legs and she keeps telling me to stop because you can hear it.
You can hear it. So it was like just.
Sorry. When I get aggravated, I tend to rub my legs sometimes. Or when I'm thinking deeply. I think very deeply. Let us begin. What, where, why, or when? You know who that's from? Boogie Down Productions.
I didn't even get a chance to answer. You already said the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you still trying to delete the duplicate, or did you get it already?
No, there's apparently
because we need your undivided attention.
It says retry. I didn't try anything. Go to drafts. What's in drafts? Okay. All right. So there we go. This is going to be deleted too. All right. So, hi. Sorry about that.
Not there.
No, I look there because I can see, make sure that I'm still on there. That's why I look there. Now I can look over there. And then look over here.
Oh, D-Man says, how have you guys been? We've been.
Oh,
we did? Oh, so sorry. Okay, we've been A-okay.
Been okay.
This week has been interesting. I feel like, my social media presence hasn't been big. I think not that many of you guys actually follow me on social media, more so him, but my social media presence hasn't been big this week. I've just been it's this past week, or last week, I guess, was one of those weeks where I kind of just needed to do a little bit of relaxing because I had been going. So I did a little bit of that, but this upcoming week is going to be a little bit more productive.
Good. Production is good. Productive is good.
You don't have to point.
You pointed, so I'm pointing.
I didn't point.
You pointed. You said.
No, I did not.
All right.
D-Man, how have you been? How's everyone been?
Yeah, how's everyone been? And who's here? Because I see there's a bunch of people.
Are you going to do a roll call?
No. Last time I forgot a name and then I got called out on missing a name.
Forgot 100 names.
I know, I didn't forget 100. Yes, Gabriel, next Sunday is Father's Day. Although my oldest is in Spain, so chances are I'll get a phone call. And my youngest has to work a double shift, so no dad activities for me on Sunday. Maybe I'll sit home and drink all day. Oh, wait, I don't drink. Darn it. I got to come up with something. I need a vice. Do you have a vice for me?
Yeah, go ride a bike.
Okay. Getting old, but thanks for asking. We're all getting old. Right now, we're a second older than we were a second ago.
Yeah, I was going to say every second we are getting older. But you know what, though, D-Man? Just enjoy every single second, every minute, every hour, every day. Because, once that second passes, you can't get it back. So just enjoy it.
Yep.
Gabriel says, don't drink. That's my advice. Yeah.
Well, Gabriel, you don't drink, so you wouldn't even, I got to be the first time Gabriel takes a drink. That's going to be interesting. If he ever reaches the level where he takes a drink, then I think it's going to be interesting, and I'd like to be there.
Wait, so Gabriel, you've never had a drink of alcohol before?
No, he's never had a drink of alcohol.
You're really not missing out on anything, to be honest. I mean, I don't think he's missing out on anything. Alcohol is whatever.
So, any new movies that you haven't seen?
Susan, what's up, Susan? Hello, friends, she says.
Hello, Susan. How are you? So, tell me, have you guys watched the video I just posted? Tell me what you thought of the video. Ben and Jerry's Father's Day. The nearest Ben and Jerry's here is in San Francisco. I ain't touching with a 10-foot pole. Not for free ice cream. That means you got to park in the hate. And the reason why I say that, I hate going to the hate. You know why? Last time I flew into the hate.
You flew into the hate?
Yeah, I flew into San Francisco from Arizona. I drove to the Haight and I parked my car. And the second I parked my car, I noticed there was a car driving around checking windows to break into them. That was like, what are the odds that I just get off a plane, get a rental car, drive straight to the Haight, and then boom, that's what I see. And I knew it was weird because the windows were all blacked out. The front windshield was sort of blacked out, but they had a hoodie on and a face mask covering their eyes. And then the guy jumped out the back seat and was looking through all the car windows.
Ugh, I hate that.
And that's a big problem out here.
Good news from Jeanette.
What does it say?
She says, great news from the doctors. No surgery for now. I'll be monitored every 3 months. I'll be 62 in November. Where's all the time gone?
Yeah, I know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Good to hear. No surgery for now. Yay.
I hate the Haight. It gives me... My mom hated that area too. Well, I mean, I got attacked in a Haight once. Remember the guy with the cone on his head?
Yeah.
Who broke my lens, which was a $5,000 lens? Yeah. I hate the Haight.
I used to hang out in the Haight when I went to USF. So.
And yes, indeed, man, I know it's happening all over, but it was a particular moment. Are you talking about the auto break-ins, or are you talking about the zombie apocalypse, as we call it, without making fun of it, but being realistic? It's by every definition. Someone wrote, I think that was Gabriel, that you tend to that if someone dies and you bring them back to life, that's the epitome of a zombie. But when they stand there and just lean over and just stand there for hours, that is mind-boggling to me. I can't imagine living like that ever. Yeah, the dude with the ski pole. That was a piece I did a while back. Where
was that Haight?
That was Haight Street.
Okay.
Yeah. So a guy he says to me, "Look at this man recording me doing illegal stuff." And then he had ski poles, and he had a orange cone on his head. And he walks over to me to address the camera, and then shoves the ski pole right through the lens. He got arrested.
But
I still broke my camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Cron's camera, right?
And I remember it because I called Cron and he tried to hit me with the stick too. Mm-hmm. But I'm, a little bit faster than that. So I called the station to try to tell them, hey, I just got attacked. And as soon as I answer the phone, they go, hey, we're busy right now. Can you call us back?
Oh my gosh.
And I called him. I said, look, later down the line, I said, look, I'm calling you because I just got attacked. And instead you got to put me on hold and tell me to call back. It's like calling 911 and say, hey, we're busy right now. We'll get back to you when we can.
Yeah. And it's like it's like an emergency.
Yeah.
And they didn't treat it like an emergency.
So, and I had that issue for a few times where I called today. I'm in a situation here, and they said, hey, we were busy. Can you call us back a different time? So that's what happened. You can't change what you can't change, but it is what it is. Like that, I had a bunch of fake words this time. You can't change what you can't change, but it is what it is.
How's that fake words?
You know what I mean? Like,
you mean repetitive words?
Yeah, exactly.
How's that fake words?
I don't know which is the most nauseous. Haight, Skid Row, Kensington Avenue, or Central. Well, Kensington Avenue just became that way.
I haven't been to Kensington Avenue.
Remember that area in Philadelphia I drove you to that was under the bridge, the train? I called you the elevator.
That's Kensington Avenue?
Kensington Avenue.
I don't. Oh, Kensington Avenue.
Yeah. So that area, and you saw the different shops along, and it was clean then. Mm-hmm. But that was, what?
That was 10 years ago.
It was, yeah.
Jinx.
I know, you owe me a soda.
No, can we change it and no more sodas?
And Pam Moore is retiring.
Oh, yes.
And Pam Moore is retiring. Yesterday extensively.
We talked to her yesterday, yeah. Oh, man.
And she's not really tired of, our conversation was pretty good. She loves where she works, mm-hmm. and that'll never change. But she's a lot of people in the business have gone tired over the.
I've felt the same way, which is why I left the business too. She probably will on her last day. She'll probably do a little goodbye, right?
I told.
Yeah, don't.
I told her what to say, but she's not going to go that route.
No.
I said, it won't end well.
It's interesting. So I worked at Cron 2 back. That's how we met.
You were at Cron 2?
I worked at Cron 2.
Cron 4.
I worked at Cron as well. Oh. If many of you guys didn't know that, I don't know. But I worked at Cron 2. That's where we met back in 2007. Oh, no, actually, I think we met at the end of 2006.
Something around that time.
And that's when I met Pam. And I remember first meeting Pam because I would watch her on Cron 4 before I even got into news. And I remember she came up to me and she introduced herself and we were talking and she invited me to join the National Association for Black Journalists, also known as NABJ. And I remember she was really trying to get me to be active and to join, which I did. But she was so like friendly and she was so open and so welcoming. And like not everyone at Cron was like that, especially for someone who just started there. No, you don't expect, and I was shy, so I wasn't going up to many people and introducing myself. I was stuck in a room. I was in the sports department, so I was stuck in a completely different room than the news department. And she made it out of her way to come and introduce herself and talk to me, and she welcomed me. And that's something that she would do. And she's just very, very such a kind person. So I'm so happy I've got the pleasure to meet her and work with her also, and of course,
so I did
be with you.
Guess what I forgot to do?
Huh?
Guess what I forgot to do?
What?
Oh,
I can't see.
Battery status 38%.
Oh, you need your battery?
This one thing I don't like about this laptop. It eats up a lot of juice.
Oh, I'm at 58%.
Yeah, but 38%.
So 38% for you is 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, do you want me to go get where's your power?
It's in the office plugged in. Don't worry about it right now.
I can step away and go this way.
Well, we'll see. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. D-Man, you told her to say take this job and shove it?
No, I told her to do what I did.
When you told her what to say at the end. Okay. I was like, me? No, okay.
And she's a classy and classic woman. She is. And always a sweetheart, always polite.
Yes.
Always have a pleasant smile on her face. When she sees me, she says, "Hi, Stanley." That's, it's like good to see her.
Yeah. She's very genuine too.
Yeah, and she's real.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like about Pam Moore, is that the real person. She's a little bit different from your normal TV personalities.
You mean like typical TV personalities?
And who are standoffish and...
Well, and what's interesting about that...
Thank you, Big Bucks, 99 cents.
Thank you, Big Bucks.
Yeah, let me just share that so everybody knows.
I think what's really interesting about you saying that is that I remember when working in San Francisco and then working in LA, noticing how different the TV personalities were. Not everyone is stereotypically standoffish.
Someone says she's not a Stanley. I'm actually not standoffish either.
No, you're not standoffish at all. No. Not there. The stereotype is that on-air personalities are standoffish. And of course, when you believe in stereotypes, you're putting people into one box. And the stereotype can be true to a certain extent. But I noticed that when I was working in San Francisco, there was maybe one or two people that were standoffish. And then I went to LA and there was maybe almost two handfuls of people I worked with that were standoffish. So it kind of also depends on the environment too, I believe. But yes, she's definitely not standoffish and neither are you.
So I want to thank all the people here for Mr. Badley TV on YouTube, for people here on Facebook, and Mr. Badley TV on Twitch. And if you're there, please click the like button. And if you feel generous, please make a contribution, just like Big Bucks Bradley just did. That's it, right? Yeah, Bradley.
Yep, Big Bucks Bradley. That's like a tongue twister.
It is.
Say it 3 times.
I'm not.
Oh, excuse me. Say it 3 times fast.
Excuse me, 3 times fast.
No, say Big Bucks Bradley three times fast.
Big Bucks Bradley. Big Bucks Bradley.
Fast. Big Bucks Bradley.
Fast. Big Bucks Bradley fast.
No, don't say the fast part.
You said say fast.
No, say the phrase fast.
The phrase fast.
Whatever.
Oh,
anyways, D-Man says, just kidding, Stan the man.
Yeah. So where am I at now on juice? 34% now. I have 28 minutes left according to my laptop, which isn't true.
Okay, well, so then when you get to if you get down, I'll go around and I'll grab it for you.
All right. So anyway, because of that, and like again, I've been working on stuff all day today.
Don't you remember what happened the last time you tried to do tongue twisters live on the air? No, I don't. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. But
Did I say something I wasn't supposed to?
Yeah,
was
probably.
it me or was it Stanley?
I'm pretty good with tongue twisters. Like,
no, you're not really good with tongue twisters.
Seashells by the seashore. Can you say that?
What is it?
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
You said that wrong.
No, I didn't.
So what is it? Sally
sells seashells by the seashore.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, real fast.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
That's not fast. You took a pause.
Just don't replace the S.
Big black blood, and failed.
You were with Rebecca that time. Oh, I don't remember that. Big black black blood.
Okay, I don't remember that one.
I don't remember that one either, Gabriel. Woo. And what was the last time Rebecca was? That was in Phoenix.
That was a long time
That was
ago.
probably in Phoenix. Okay, Gabriel, can you go back and tell us that date? Because I actually want to watch it.
He'll find it.
I'm gonna mark it on my phone once you tell me what the date is.
He probably already has a clip made out of it.
I'll go watch it right after.
August. Wow.
What did he say?
August 22nd, 2021.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wait. I mean, it literally came up like an Instagram post.
Okay.
Instagram post.
Well, that's also because Gabriel is listening to us live.
Instagram post.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go look that up. Do you know the time code?
He probably knows the time code too. 133-707-489.
Did you bring your
No.
Oh, you didn't?
Did I bring my what?
Did you bring your
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
What?
You're gonna have to stop answering. Did you bring your dash cam card up?
I forgot.
Again?
I forgot.
Susan says Betty bought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter and added a pound of butter to take it taste better or make it. Wait, try that.
Betty brought a box of batter, but her batter tasted better.
Oops. Bitter.
Okay. Betty brought a box of batter.
No.
Wait. Betty brought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter and added a pound of butter. Oh, man.
To make it. I think it's to make it taste better, right? Yeah. Okay. Betty bought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter and added a pound of butter to make it taste better. Did I say it?
No, you screwed it up.
Wait, hold on. Betty bought a box. Wait, it's because the thing's also moving up. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. It's because the chat's moving up, so now I'm missing it. Betty bought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter and added a pound of butter to take it taste. Dang it! I read it to take it taste better.
And now, as we take this moment of silence.
Oh gosh! Oh, I just unsubscribed to you.
Unsubscribed
by
to me?
accident. Now I just did it back.
You unsubscribed to me?
Yeah, by accident.
You unsubscriber. Hello, D. I'm hungry too. Huh? Did you have the lasagna?
I know I didn't.
You didn't?
I had the chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
The lasagna I threw away.
Oh, you ate it.
I'm just kidding. I didn't throw it away. It's still there.
All right.
Okay, I want to try that one more time, but the problem is it's not in the chat anymore, and I can't scroll back to it. So
I'll scroll back to it. Hold on. So it's ready. Betty brought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter and added a pound of butter to take it.
To make it.
No, she wrote to take it, make better.
She did, but we clarified through various parts of the chat that it's make. Did you miss that part?
I did.
And I can't. So Susan, can you do me a favor and type that in the chat again, but with the make part, so that way I can try it.
Here we are trying to do tongue twisters.
This is tongue twisters.
In this episode of Millennial Boom, we practiced tongue twisters for 3 hours. How about Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers? A peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked.
Okay, well, you obviously corrected that one.
I would tell you to say Mike Hunt real fast, but
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that real fast. No. Stanley always says brought instead of bought, so I don't know if that counts or not.
Okay, but he always brings that up that I say bought and brought. It's okay. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect.
D-Man says I can go for some sushi. Ooh, I had that today.
Yeah, you had sushi. Didn't bring me none.
Ooh, I had ikura with quail egg too. I tried to get my mom to try it, but she wouldn't. Ooh, I shouldn't have told you I had to eat churro with quag.
Quag ale. Okay, while you down there, because you go get
with quail egg.
Oh, you down there because you go get my
Eat churro with.
Could you go this way?
I'm totally saying it wrong. Is
Okay,
it Ikura?
so why don't you take a minute break and go get the plug for my laptop?
Okay, you don't want me to go this way?
No, just go right behind me. It's fine.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
She's going to step away for a minute because I, Superman as I am, forgot to plug in my laptop. And I was editing all day in the back room, and I brought it to the front room to set up for the podcast. And then I just realized that after everything, I forgot to plug in the laptop. Now, I still have a few minutes of, howdy, Linda. I still have a few minutes of power left, but it's funny how 23 minutes literally goes in 10 minutes. So I
got the power cord.
Thank you. Now, can you plug it in?
Or power or whatever.
Power supply.
Power supply.
Yes. Without that, we end up becoming dead in the water. And then then Gabriel will be like, remember that date when Stanley Roberts' laptop ran out? Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't remember? I have it on video. It was.
When Stanley Roberts' laptop ran out?
Yeah. Ran out of power. Find the hole.
Plug it in at?
Right there. You just got to find the hole.
Where's the hole at? Oh, that's not funny. You are so immature. D-Man says, I want to eat Filipino pig's blood. Oh, I was just talking about dinaguan earlier with some of my mom's neighbors. Love dinaguan.
That's gross.
Okay.
Peanut butter chocolate?
Oh, dang it. Susan typed it again, and I missed it again because I went to go get your power cord. I can't see it again.
What a world we live in.
I can't see it again.
Hello from Yexus. Hello, Linda.
I'm mad at myself because Stanley made me go get the power supply, so I missed it again.
Just for the record, you could have said no.
No, well, I didn't know that she was gonna. Oh.
So you could have said no.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. I have it on my private chat. Betty brought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter, so she added a pound of butter to make it taste better.
Okay. Betty bought a box of batter, but her batter tasted bitter, so she added a pound of butter to make it taste better.
Okay. Good job.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
D-Man, I don't know if I can hook it up because I don't know how to make dinaguan. I could hook it up by purchasing it, but I don't know how to make it.
So let's go back to the zombie video I posted. If you weren't here at the beginning of the video, I posted as what I call, and I was torn to do this story. I should tell you, it really bugged me emotionally to do that story. And I don't normally get emotionally bugged by stories, but this one was emotional to do it because, can you explain why? Or do I have to explain it?
Was it emotional for you?
Yeah. Not because I have any direct contact with someone who is on fentanyl or who's acting like a zombie, but we live in a world now where everything you do is under the microscope. And if the wrong person takes something the wrong way, they demonize you. And I told you over and over again, when I post this, I expect to get some kind of hate or some kind of blowback from it. But I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that this wasn't making fun of what's going on. It's actually highlighting a problem that needs to be seen. And
it's a severe, severe problem.
I mean, you literally walk down the street and there's these people bent over in one spot, multiple people, not just one, not just two. You'll see 10 people who just, and matter of fact, when I did Gotham by the Bay, there was a shot where there was a guy who was bent over then. And just for the record, we're calling it fentanyl lean. But if you go back in history, there was called a heroin lean, which is the same thing, except for now we've added a new drug to it. But with the fentanyl, and even with heroin, there were overdoses. But with the fentanyl, they're adding something called, and making it called, they're adding tranquilizer to it.
Really?
And the tranquilizer, animal tranquilizer, but it's not affected by Narcan. So if you overdose on fentanyl, but you have the tranquilizer, you can't come back from that. I mean, if you overdose, Narcan doesn't bring you back.
Okay.
So
why are they putting these animal tranquilizers
because
in there?
People are every day, and this has always been a problem with heroin. Here's something that most people don't know. You would think that now if you and I were in a room and someone drank a shot of vodka and they dropped dead on the floor, would you want to drink that vodka?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to drop dead.
Okay. because you just don't want to.
Right.
And it's like, this killed this guy. And you would stay away from it, right? Or if you drove a car and the steering wheel was out and it would crash into a pole and you could die, would you drive that car?
No.
You drive any car with no steering wheel.
No, because you can't drive.
Okay, so when people take fentanyl and they overdose and die, or the tranq for that matter with it, it doesn't have that same effect. When people die from using those drugs, it increases sales.
I don't understand why.
People say, oh, that's the good stuff. They use another expletive.
That's the good stuff. Have you died from it?
That's the good stuff because someone died from it. So they think, well, if he died from it, I'll take less. So then I won't die because I'm using less than what he did. But whenever someone, and this has been a history, historically, this has been a problem since the 60s.
I don't understand that reasoning.
Okay, that's the reason why aliens never invade Earth, because there is a reasoning to this, that people believe that, oh, that's good. It's a good high. It's worth living on the edge. And some people live on the edge.
It's worth risking your life.
Yes.
Hmm.
So
that's
and yes, and if you walk, and it's I decided to do the story not because I'm not trying to do the story because I'm trying, because I look at me, look what I've done. I've been doing it for 30 years. I didn't have to do this story. But just for the record, I had JJ Smith, we talk a lot. I said, hey, do you have any footage of quote unquote fentanyl zombies? He said, oh yeah, I can get you some, but I think I have a few on my phone. But if I have any more, I'll get them to you. And then we were driving back from the wedding and my phone's just blowing up with all the different videos. Mm-hmm. And so then I built this this is my second rendition of it, because the first one I posted, I had ready, I showed it to you, and I realized I left a couple lines up. Didn't know it. It's really hard on anybody to see people live like that.
Yeah.
Why it's allowed, I have no idea.
Well,
and why people fight to keep it that way, I have no idea.
So the whole idea of harm reduction, when you talked about harm reduction in your Gotham by the Bay piece, the whole point of harm reduction, or not whole point, but they were the city was supplying the tools, right? Mm-hmm. To be able to do it safely.
Yes.
So and they call that harm reduction.
Yes.
So for me,
well, their argument is,
I'm not clear on how that's reducing harm.
Their argument is that if by giving them access to the drugs in a safe manner, that it prevents them from spreading disease and overdosing.
How are they giving them access to the drugs in a safe manner?
Okay. So I tell people when they ask me that question to go back, and it's on Newsbreak. Look up the series Gotham by the Bay. It's on YouTube, Mr. Bally TV, and it's also on Newsbreak.
I'm asking these questions for maybe someone who hasn't seen the piece yet.
No, I'm saying go and watch the piece, and it explains it to you. But it's like cancer. To me, it's like a cancer. And if you can cure cancer, the companies that sell drugs to treat cancer would be out of business. Mm-hmm. So why
cure it?
Why cure something when you make more money?
When you can treat it.
No, let's put quotes there. Treat.
Well, I guess it's also the same thing. Well, why have preventative care for healthcare when you can wait till someone gets sick so you can actually treat it?
Yeah.
So we don't, because for here, we really don't do too much preventative care and trying to make sure that people take care of themselves before they get sick.
Right.
And we wait until they get sick to treat something. So for example, I know someone who received notification from their doctor that they were pre-diabetic. Mm-hmm. And the doctor didn't highlight that this was something important to talk about. They're like, oh, you're pre-diabetic. It's fine. You're in a range that you don't have diabetes yet. We get that, right? Pre-diabetic, not before diabetes. But the issue that I see with that is, why are we going to wait to have a conversation about treating diabetes when you have it? And why not have the conversation about preventing yourself from getting diabetes if you're in the stage of having pre-diabetes. So that's where I find the problem, where it's like, okay, so we're just waiting to get these symptoms. We're just waiting to get sick to treat it versus having the conversation and teaching everyone, like, this is how you work on preventing yourself or trying your best not to get sick. Because, sometimes we just don't have control. We have a lot of toxins in our environment. We breathe air that's not clean. We have a lot of things that are not in our control. But the things that are in our control, we're not encouraged to take advantage of them. So that's why I have an issue. So going back to this, I feel like, why are we waiting to wait until people get sick, people overdose, people die to take action, when we should have been taking action years ago, when we had problems before fentanyl even became a problem, when it was heroin or whatever. I'm raising these questions and these thoughts because I'm hoping that some politician sees this, or someone in power sees this and realizes that we've let this go too far when it comes to not just drugs, but when it comes to just overall health.
Well, Anon made a good point. He says because it's more profitable to have sick people than healthy people.
Right. And I agree with that. I agree that we are making a profit. And when I say we, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about our society in general. We're making a profit off of people getting sick. And if we don't see a problem with that, then that's sad. Because in all honesty, that's inhumane. It's inhumane to wait for people to get sick to make a profit off of them getting sick. So we want to get pissed at people for not taking good care of animals, or not taking good care of, other things that we deem important. But why don't we get mad when people don't take care of other people, when we don't take care of human beings? Why don't people get mad at that? We're letting human beings, we're letting them waste their lives by doing these drugs, by overdosing and by killing themselves, or we're letting them lose their lives by not properly nourishing them, not teaching them that this is the proper way to eat, or having food deserts in places that, low income places that people live in, places where they don't have easy access to good stores with nourishing food, and they only have access to fast food. Why aren't we up in arms about that?
That's a very good point. It's funny, Michael Vick got how many years in jail for dog fighting?
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
But then these people are selling, drugs on the street, and they're just getting a pass.
Well, and these big pharma companies too.
Well, it's funny. There was a thing today about how, I don't know how true it is, but I read it this morning that Anderson Cooper at CNN they claimed that he made $12 million a year just off of pharma.
Doing what?
They paid his salary.
Wow.
But
I didn't know that. I didn't read that. I'd love to read more about that because I haven't heard that.
And you're right. There are a lot of things that need to be changed. But if we're all used to, if we all believe in going by the same thing, if we vote for the same people, you can't have this. You can't have different results if you're doing the same thing over and over. You can't. That's that old saying. You can't do the same thing and expect different results.
Yeah, that's like insanity.
Right. That's thank you. The epitome of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Well, and Bill Van Ram makes a good point. He says, I've had doctors say there isn't a pre-diabetic.
I had the doctors tell me that too.
Either you are or you're not a diabetic, meaning pre-diabetic is diabetic. And so that's also where there's an issue, right? Because this person's doctor said, you're pre-diabetic, there's no need for this conversation right now. So there's even mixed messages among doctors. So doctors aren't on the same page about what pre-diabetes, what diabetes, or what not having diabetes is all about. So if there's this mixed messaging with that and we can't be on the same page, how do you think we're going to feel when we don't know what's going on? We're looking to the experts to get the answers to what we need. So if you're waiting to have these conversations until people get sick, you're really not doing anybody service. You're not giving anybody the service that they need. So personally, and I just went on a rant, but that's because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about making sure we take care of our people. And as a society, I think that the message is missed. We are not spreading the right message to our people that like we need to be taking care of ourselves. And the problem is that there are some people that are very dependent on like the government to figure out what to do. But in all honesty, like, and this is my opinion, but I think it's a very valuable one, is that you're the only one that could really take care of your health. You like the government can decide things to do, but ultimately you're the one that gets to decide like how you eat, what you do to your body, how you take care of yourself, whether or not you go to the doctor, whether or not you ask your doctor the right questions. Like I'm sad that like I'll wait in the waiting room for 30 minutes and only get 5 minutes with my doctor. So I literally will make a list of questions that I want to ask, and I make sure to get all those questions answered in that 5 minutes or 10 minutes while I'm talking to my doctor, because if I don't, then that's a missed opportunity for me to figure out like what are my next moves, and I address my concerns. But anyways, that's a whole different ball game. But
ladies and gentlemen, Diane Faith, nutritional therapist.
I just want people to be proactive and know that they can really take control of like their health.
You can find more about her if you go to Instagram at nourishmyheart_.
Thanks, Beeb. Okay. Sorry. I can go on a rant for days about stuff like that.
But I will say this. So your program cost about $2,000 for 3 months of all the details of work you do, which is reasonable because I went to the hospital with a kidney stone and in Hawaii, and they gave me a CT scan, and then they gave me a bill. And the bill for the CT scan alone was $7,000.
Yeah. So
now, could I have treated with diet? Probably the kidney stone. But then we found out the doctor said that when people come to Hawaii, they tend to develop kidney stones because
they're dehydrated. Yeah.
They get out there and they just want to run and drink and whatnot. And if you have one, then if you don't have one, and I know someone who goes to Hawaii on a regular basis, and he told me he has a 10 millimeter kidney stone
that's huge.
That's like a freaking golf cart.
Well, when you think about the small space it has to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
And
gosh.
if you want to know what it is, like if you've never had a kidney stone in your life, it's equivalent to trying to shove a Volkswagen Beetle through your ear.
Oh my gosh, that image is so weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
I missed a lot of stuff in the chat.
Susan says she's had 5 kidney stones.
Wow.
And I just got my analysis. And, you think, okay, they'll tell me to cut back on certain foods or change your diet to cut back on kidney stones. All they told me was to drink lemons and water because my issue was only simple enough that
the citrate, you need the
citrate.
My
problem is, as a journalist, I'm on stakeouts a lot, and you don't always have a lot of water sitting around, or you have water, but then you're sitting there, but there's no restrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can't just jump out. Can you imagine me jumping in my car, peeing outside the car, and the cop pull up? Stanley Roberts was caught urinating in public. Oh, it'd be on Twitter forever.
Well, and that kind of reminds me about when I worked in news, and I would I would drink a lot of water. So I always make it a goal to have a certain amount of water by a certain period of time of the day. But I remember I was getting up to go to the bathroom once an hour, and I just use it as an opportunity. And I know you had different circumstances. For me, I use it as an opportunity to get up and stretch, because you're really not supposed to be staring at the computer screen for a long period of time anyways.
That's like I helped you with your headaches?
You need to have time. Yeah. So so also one of the reasons, so I began this conversation by saying I had to take it a little easier last week. So I was off of the computer for a lot of the week because I was having headaches. And I normally don't get headaches. Ooh, excuse me. I didn't have sparkling water today.
Are you trying to be me today?
No, I didn't have sparkling water today. That was really weird. So I don't often have headaches.
I should laugh at you. That's you to me.
Yeah, but you actually belched though. There's sound.
You did just actually belch.
There's sound that comes out when you do it.
Whatever.
So it was anyways, I was having headaches and stuff. And so he gave me some advice, and he was like, oh, you should get off the computer. You've been staring at the computer for so long. And sometimes when you're working, you just really forget about stepping away. And so even myself, like I'll have to take, like, it'll just be like a reality check for me, like step away. So he told me that, and I was like, okay. I stepped away for a couple of days, didn't have any headaches after that. So there you go. But anyways, just going back to the water, which is very important to stay hydrated. But yes, sometimes we work ourselves so hard or we get so distracted, we really forget like even the most like easiest things to do,
Yeah. So, and Jeanette wrote hypoglycemia. Some people get that, and that's it's the opposite of high blood of diabetes.
It's
hypoglycemia.
blood high, like high.
Low
There's
blood
hypo
sugar.
and hyper. Yeah, hypo is low. Yeah. So for me, no, because I was like, I'm still eating. I eat like every like 4 hours. I'll sometimes snack. So I never get my blood sugar low. But one of the issues too is that, and I'll just say it, I'm a woman, so I was on my cycle.
What?
I was on my cycle.
Wait, what?
I was on my.
Wait.
I'm a woman. Did you think I was a man?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Jaina. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, really? Anyways. So yeah, I was on my cycle too. So a couple of factors there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like in all honesty, I think sometimes you just have to the point of this is that you just have to listen to your body. So for you, it's like you were like not drinking enough water, developed kidney stones,
Well, I was drinking water. I just don't have to drink a gallon a day.
Well, you don't have to drink a gallon a day, though. You're kind of exaggerating. But the point is that you're supposed to get your urine levels up, right? Oh, do we not want to talk about this anymore?
We're not going to get.
Okay, we're not going to get detail. Okay, my bad.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Wow. The problem is you bled out.
No, I didn't say the problem is. I said
if you didn't bleed out, you might live longer. That's what it sounds like to me.
I didn't say any of that.
If you don't bleed out, you might live longer.
Okay. Anyways,
So Jeanette said that she had a hypoglycemia last year and ended up in the hospital for 4 days. Had to drink lots of water and keep glucose tablets at home.
So Jeanette, yeah, I mean, I obviously there can be different circumstances for hypoglycemia, but drinking water and making sure that you're nourishing yourself because you don't want to get your blood sugar so low. It's important for it's important. Like, I don't know what your eating habits are, but it is important to make sure that because when we eat, we gain energy, right? But it also depends on what you're eating. But I'm not sure, if you're still taking those glucose tablets, I'm not sure how those are working for you, but I think that just remember, if you're ever feeling really, really hungry, listen to your body because
you know what that reminds me of?
What?
If you're ever really hungry, hanker for a hunk of cheese.
I've never heard that before.
Hanker for a hunk of cheese. Another site that's you gotta find a commercial.
I've never heard that before.
It's a commercial. Remember Schoolhouse Rock?
I do, but I don't remember that though.
There's a part about cheese. If you're ever hungry, hanker for a hunk of cheese.
I love cheese. Oh, so yeah. So one of the good things too about cheese, I love cheese, by the way, because it's a good source of healthy fat and protein. But it's a good snack.
Okay.
Ladies
and gentlemen, Diane Faith.
Oh gosh.
Nutritional therapist.
Oh my gosh. So Betty says I drink water and I drink coconut water for electrolytes. That's great, Betty. I hope that when you're drinking water, that if it's just plain water, I hope you're not drinking plain water. I hope you are adding electrolytes to your water because again, electrolytes is what's going to help you absorb the water, which means when you absorb the water, your body is actually it's absorbing. It's not going straight through you. So hopefully,
you mean like a baby alive?
I never had a baby alive.
That's when you give it food and it poops right away.
But then sometimes doesn't the food stay there? And
no, people. No, what happened with Baby Alive was
they're feeding real food.
They started feeding real food, and then it developed maggots inside the doll. That's so gross. It's like, oh, let's feed this thing real food.
That's so
like
gross.
It has a digestive tract or something. Like it had a digestive tract. You're like, let's feed it real food.
But only a digestive tract for the food that was made for it.
For it, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a tube, but it was enough to flies get in there and lay their eggs and yada yada yada.
So Okay, so I think I missed a bunch of stuff. Bill Van Ram
I'm
said
only a Bill.
you got a Honda?
No, we don't have Hondas, but
No, I don't have a Honda.
Hey, I'm just a Bill. Yes, I'm only a
Okay,
Bill.
that's Schoolhouse Rock.
And I'm living here on Capitol Hill.
Yep.
Somehow I'm off to the White House where I'll sit here and wait for all the other bills. No, I'm sorry. I sit here so Congress can debate. Oh, one day I hope I'll be a law. Hey, you know what I learned from Schoolhouse Rock?
What?
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense.
I missed something that Susan said, though.
I'm singing.
Oh.
Promote the general. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I missed something that Susan said. She said she asked a question and then followed up with, my father-in-law got it after being hit by a car.
She was talking about kidney stones earlier.
Oh.
But she had 5 bouts of kidney stones. I don't know if her father-in-law was hit by a car caused a kidney stone, but I think it was something.
Yeah, that's why I think I missed something. Gabriel says, "Do you need an accompanist? Why can't I say that word? Accompanist?
I need a flutist to do it. A flautist? Is it a flutist or a flautist?
I have no idea. I don't play the flute.
You play it. Yes, you do.
I don't play it anymore.
I know you play the flute. You play the organ?
My flute's just literally sitting up in our closet.
Have you ever played the organ?
Don't tell that joke. That joke is so bad. Please don't. Ew, so gross.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Bill Van Ram says Honda was a cycle joke. Oh, because I said I was on my cycle.
Stanley's tiny. Hello, what's up, Massa Wells? I don't like that name, Massa.
Stanley's tiny desk.
Yes,
concert.
Massa. No, Massa.
No, diabetes. So he got diabetes after being in a car accident.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, Susan.
Triggered.
So did the car accident? See what happened?
Car crash.
Car crash. Okay, car crash. I think what ends up happening, and I don't know if this is a fact, but when you're in a car crash, right, it causes anxiety, it causes stress. And when we have anxiety and we have stress hormones are released, cortisol. And cortisol does play a role in blood sugar, because what happens is when our blood sugar gets too high, cortisol is released as a stress hormone. And then you have, and not like getting so specifics, but like then you have to bring the blood sugar down, and sometimes it brings it down so low that it overcorrects itself. And what happens is then you have this like roller coaster of your blood sugar. So if his blood sugar was, dysregulated because of stress, because of anxiety, that could have been, but I don't know what happened to him beforehand, if he was already like borderline, or whatnot. So I'm not really sure, but it could have been triggered by maybe the stress and anxiety from the crash. I don't know, but
remember I had that panic.
Possibly.
Remember I had that mini panic attack when we went to the festival in Phoenix.
Which one?
The one across from Indian School where they were doing they did a blood check.
Oh yes, and your A1C came back like
A1C, yeah. A1C came back like a 6 or something.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was,
which is considered considered pre-diabetic.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It has to be, I think, between isn't it 5.9 and 6.3 or something? I don't remember the exact numbers, but
so
yeah.
I panicked. I'm like, oh my God, I'm diabetic. I literally went on panic mode thinking I'm diabetic. Like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to make an appointment to see my doctor right away to get a second opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The second opinions are very good. And it didn't come back that way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of bad because they gave me this, they scared the bejesus out of me thinking I was this and I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, you're fine. Again, I'll just tell you, and what I was told to do, cut back on, was white bread, white rice. Those are all bad for you.
Well, okay. Here's something I will say. You're welcome, Susan. Again, it's like really hard to actually put like a definite, but I could see that as being a possibility.
And just for the record, Diane Faith Wright is a nutritional therapist, and she is taking individuals who are interested in doing better and having a better lifestyle with food and making food work for you instead of working against you. And she's on Twitter and Facebook, and she's on Twitter and Instagram at Nourish My Heart _. Remember, Diane Faith, Nourish My Score, Nourish My Heart
Nourish
_
My Score. Okay, thank you.
And she needs you to call her and set up an appointment today.
What is this, a commercial?
Yes, this is a commercial for Diane Faith, nutritional therapist.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I was not expecting that. What were you saying? Oh, you're talking about white rice and white bread.
The biggest. See, here's something.
Here's something that's very important. Really? Here's something that's very important to remember. Now I forgot my train of thought. Why would you do that?
Because it seemed like an opportune moment to be annoying.
You're so annoying.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Diane Faith, right? Nutritional therapist.
Oh my gosh. Susan, thank you. I appreciate it. So now I forgot what I was gonna say. You were talking about, hold on. You were talking about white rice and white bread. So your doctor advised you to get rid of white rice and white bread
and go to whole grains like whole wheat. So now, I've been on a mission now that I only buy whole grain. And then even with the bread, I found one of the has he had cup. See, the problem is that for those who don't know me, I had a stroke 7 years ago. You can't tell that I had a stroke.
Mm-hmm. Almost 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And then the first thing I got a call was, well, you're eating too much salt. And I said, well, actually, I don't eat salt. I don't put salt in any of my food. But it turns out that the problem was hidden salt. Mm-hmm. So hidden salt, and it's something I started to look into. It turns out the hidden salt is in all your food. All your food has some level of salt. The salt is to add flavor to it, or the salt is to do whatever it is, to preservative or whatever you use it for. Also, there's a hidden sugar. So when we brought the bread, we buy the Killer Days, only has 1% sugar. That's one with the red stripe on. Mm-hmm. 1% sugar, so we cut back. Is there a difference in flavor? Minuscule for that. But what they told me was, and you cut back on white rice, cut back on matter of fact, avoid it if you can. Not cut back, but just avoid it. Because those things, white rice and the white bread, are one of the contributing factors for diabetes. Now I say this because in the Asian culture,
it can be.
In the Asian culture, they eat rice almost every day, white rice every day. And people don't know this, but in the Asian culture, there's a high.
And there's different kinds of Asians.
I said Asian culture that eats rice. I'm not trying to break it down into who's what. And
okay.
Who.
I'm just saying because I'm half Filipino, so I got to make sure that I represent.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Phil. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that you need to cut back. They have a high rate of diabetes in some cases because they eat a lot of white rice. It's not a known secret, because they keep their health history close to themselves. But talking to a doctor who was, by the way, my doctor is from China. Mm-hmm. And he tells me that, the rice is one of the worst things you can eat, white rice. So now the funny thing is that cooked white rice that's still hot is worse than cold white rice. I don't know how true that is.
I'm just gonna say this, and this is my opinion, but this is also based on what I've learned. Everybody's different. We're all bio-individual. Each person's different. How I eat might not benefit you. How you eat might not benefit me. So first of all, I'd like people to really understand how to listen to their bodies, because if I eat white rice and it may not impact me like it impacts you. Like, that white rice might impact you a different way than it will impact me. So for me, I might be okay eating white rice. But here's another really important thing I think that I should point out is with every meal, make sure it's balanced, because you can still have your white rice if you want it. But if you have like a cup of white rice, but you have like a small piece of meat or you might not eat meat at all and you only have veggies. Guess what? That white rice is a carb. It's a starchy carb. Those vegetables those are also carbs. They're non-starchy carbs. But you want to have a balanced meal. When I say balanced, I mean you want to look for having a protein, you want to look for having a healthy fat, and you want to look for having non-starchy carbs, and you can have starchy carbs too, but really you kind of have to look to see like what works best for you, because some people will react to white rice and some people won't. Some people will react to sweet potatoes and they won't. But the goal, like to generalize, is just make sure you have balanced meals. And then when it comes to individuality, you really want to make sure you know like what your body is comfortable eating, because people really sometimes don't pay attention to what they're eating and they're just eating and they don't realize, oh, I have a sensitivity to this, I have a sensitivity to that. And when I say sensitivity, you could, be bloated, or you can have you can end up eating something and get like a rash, and you're just kind of thinking that those things are okay or they're normal, and they're not. And when I say listen to your body, I mean like really look to see like, are you having any kind of symptoms when you eat a certain food? And if you are, take note of it and then maybe rule it out. Or it's just one of those things where like I honestly, when people say, oh, just avoid this, just avoid that, like how does your body respond to that food? I would say take important note.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up in a little bit. Hey, I'm glad again you could show up. We appreciate it. I'm glad that she can talk to people about how to eat better. But again, reach out to her if you're interested in finding out more about how she can teach you how to do better. And she's on. If you're on Instagram, she's on there. Or if you don't know how to reach her, DM me and then I'll forward it to you.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, nourishmyheart_. I have a Twitter also, but I'm just really not active on Twitter as much. Like I said at the beginning of the chat or the beginning of the podcast, I don't do Twitter like that.
I don't do Twitter like that. Again, I'll read this last one from Jeanette. She says, my doctors told me to, let me make it screen, told me to watch salt and potassium after my heart attack and kidney issues in 2020. And I can't have citrus fruit high in potassium. It's funny though, and not funny, is that the many times I go to the doctor, I really expect them to say, hey, you need to change this or change that. And most of the time they tell me to just drink more water, which is crazy. Like my stroke was cryptogenic, which means they have no idea what caused it. I think I know what caused it. And I think they believe it could have been stress. News business is a stressful job. Mm-hmm. And if you think about it or you do what you do, after a while, it's going to catch up with you. So,
and that's the thing too. I don't know if people realize it, but stress impacts everything. It impacts your blood sugar. It impacts your digestion. It impacts how well your body processes things. It impacts your sleep. So if you are stressed, you want to make sure that you can try to figure out how to handle that stress. Yeah.
So we do appreciate you being here. Thank you. A few people couldn't make it today. Next week is Father's Day.
It is. Yes. Are we on?
Well, since you're my
no, let's not go there.
Partner.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something else. I'm like, oh hell no.
No, you're my partner. We'll probably be on. I don't know. We'll see. Brooke says she's going to try to make it here, but she's doing a 2-hour. She's doing a double shift.
Oh, that's right.
I told her don't try to risk doing 2 hours of shifting and then trying to drive over here to say hi.
12 hours of shifting? Wait, did you
double
say
shift.
12 or 2? Is that like you said 2?
No, I know I almost said 2, but it's 12 hours.
Oh, God.
They call it double shift 12 hours, but 8 and 8 is 12 hours. It's 16.
Gabriel says do it with Brooke. Yeah, Gabriel's tired of me. Do the podcast with Brooke.
Gabriel's not tired of you.
I'm just kidding.
All right, guys. We have a few people didn't make it today.
Betty Veronica says, I thought what you did, Diane. Yeah, I was like, no, don't say it. Don't say it.
He meant the 3 of you. He said the 3 of us.
Okay.
So, but I noticed we didn't have producer Jason didn't pop in.
Don't start with the names.
I'm just trying to remember people so you don't think we forget them. We don't forget anybody. We know who's here and who's not. We appreciate you all being here. And we might take the night off next week, Father's Day, just because it's Father's Day.
And I forget, but the next day is also a holiday.
That's
Juneteenth.
Father's Day.
Juneteenth is a holiday.
No, it's Father's Day Part 2.
Okay, you wish.
Father's Day Part 2.
You wish.
Yeah, okay. I'm working Father's Day. It's always a very busy night at Target. Everybody rushes in to buy their dad to get the last second all those ties.
Aww.
All those ties and mugs. You know, the fathers, I ain't gonna lie, fathers don't get the same kind of treatment as moms do. Moms get taken out to dinner, they get foot massages, they get their hair brushed.
I kind of understand why.
We get a mug.
I kind of understand why.
Why?
Because a mom carries the child for how long?
Oh God! Not with the chair, not to carry the chair, the child.
What?
Carry the child bed.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I've never carried a child before, but I can empathize with the moms. If there are any moms out there, you tell me, why do you think so? Because I think it's because I'm not saying that you guys don't do amazing jobs. Dads are amazing too. But I think that there's more of I want to do more for mom because mom did so much for me.
Mugs, ties, and mugs, pie, a pair of socks, and a tie. That's what you get for Father's Day. And we're lucky if they even show up to do it. Sometimes they mail it to you. Hey, I mailed you. Hey, Dad, I brought you something. It's in the trunk of the car.
I think you're telling this to the wrong person.
I know. All right, guys. Well, I'm a millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And we do appreciate you being here, and we thank you. Everybody enjoy yourself. And if you notice, I shaved. So
he shaved for the wedding.
So I'm going to shave for Father's Day.
And you're going to shave for your B-Day.
My birthday, which is coming up shortly. I expect millions of dollars in gifts. In real dollars. I'm just kidding. All right. Good night, everybody. We appreciate it.
Good night.
Don't forget to say your prayers. Bye.